Good afternoon. 3:45. Today we're talking about whoops because whoop season is upon us. I haven't done a video. Kind of just keeping low, relaxing, spending time with the family. Other than some test flying, I really haven't done a heck of a whole lot. So, coming up with something before we go out, run some errands and stuff like that. But this video is, I'm going to title, What's Your Whoop? Or Show Me Your Whoop, something along that lines. The intent of this is to show you guys kind of my insanity, what I fly with, modify, and things I've done, and for you to share what your favorite whoop is. If you haven't got one, which what are you looking for? What are your specifications? What do you want out of a whoop? Is it something that is completely backwards modified and tweaked from its original to making it a pusher, a 1S, a 2S converted from a frame like this over to something like this, and can run multiple batteries. I just had wired in the XT30 because I'm expecting some batteries to see if I like how it flies with those. If it doesn't sag as bad as the 1S. Here's another crazy modify. This was the Mobula 7, the original OG Mobula 7, onto a carbon fiber slash 3D printed, and then turned into a pusher, and that's kind of like a mock battery tray that I'm working with. So there are many, many different things that you can do. And then, of course, the original, the OG, the actual Tiny Whoop. And of course, mine is modified. It's got the blue cockroach, dropped it, cockroach frame. I do have the Mobula 7 canopy on here, and I think it's an AKK all-in-one 25 milliwatt camera on here, and I still have a battery on here. So, yeah, this is where it all started. The special, we got the cat hair, of course. The special sauce motor is on it. If it's super, super dead outside and no breeze, this thing's a blast, and you can get. God, I was rocking like 7 minutes or something like that. Not good in wind, So we could start here as a basis and go from there. And obviously something like this that can take the wind, that's got more weight. This started its life as the Beta 65X HD, I believe, and now, like I said, it's on a Tomo Quads. I'm gonna call it a Cinewhoop frame, even though it's not ducted. It's still a whoop, but it's intended to, put a naked GoPro or something like that on it. If you were doing something else, this has the HD Cadex Baby Turtle on it. So yeah, this would be fine in moderate breeze. When it comes to this is the Mobula 6 upgraded frame, if you want to call it that, just different color, better props. I had messed with it a couple times within the last week and ended up putting the camera in the front, and then I couldn't get past the look of it. It looked goofy with no canopy, and the thing on here, it flew great. I love the fact that there was no props in the view. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to pay tribute, try something different, and go back to the original style where usually they just have a 3D printed canopy and not even this, because this adds weight to it too. But I mean, it flies so well. So I kind of left it on there, and it protects the camera when it falls. So I happen to have from way back, God knows where it came from, just a very basic 3D printed camera mount. I have the Cadex Ant. Just had to grind it out a little bit, mess with it, drop a glue as always, and then put it on there. So you just have just a tiny, tiny little section of these in the view, which is fine, because this is more of just cruising around the yard. You don't take this into a big field because it'll disappear and get lost. It does handle moderate breeze. It is also a 1S, but it is the PT 2.0. This one, like I said, I may completely switch, so this is just a test, and then the wires will get even shorter. This is the BT 2.0 connector, and they claim that this is better because it's an actual post versus folded. If I can get in there. My hands are so dry, I'm sorry. These little cheap pins, which actually end up wearing out, so you only get so many uses out of these, and then you gotta replace them. So I may end up switching everything over, we'll see. Or it'd be nice to be able to do both, so I have extras of all. So yeah, BT 2.0, which is like the new Whoop connector. That is what is on Booger here. Booger is more like a Frankenstein. I did extend the wires a little bit because of the way that it pushes back here. But it works. This guy flies great. I flew in some decent wind, and it was okay. You could tell But I mean, if you're low and like I like playing in the trees and stuff like that, don't do that on a windy day if you want to get it back. But I'm charging up now. Hopefully sneak a pack in before we get out. But this thing, I'm just dumbfounded how low profile it is. And you could literally stick this little dude anywhere in any gap. And I may do a video. I have an idea of starting from the bottom of one of the trees in my yard and then working my way all the way through it because there's still some leaves on it and try to come out the top. I think that'll be a fun little vid. These are all brushless except for this guy, which still has the brushed motors. And not that I fly this one as much anymore, but when I did, I'd still get a year out of the motors, and I flew it a lot. So they hold up. The Tiny Whoop motors stand for themselves. They are fantastic. So if you're starting off flying, I recommend this. You don't get acro with this particular board. I know that there are like the Crazy Bee, Acro Bee. Newbie Drones, I believe, makes a board so you can fly acro in these. But if you're just starting off, it's good to just spend a couple bucks, get something basic that you can get the idea, the muscle memory of flying, and get in there. When you get into something like this is a 2S, also like Pearl. It's the PT 2.0s. But this thing's a rocket ship. For its size and how goofy it looks, especially, it flies phenomenal. Very fast, very agile. Definitely good with acro. And if you're new to flying, acro just means that there is no leveling. So when you're throttling and turning, rolling or pitching, you see how it kind of snaps back. Use that as a good example. When you pitch forward, it snaps back. It levels itself out, so it keeps itself level. Where in acro, when you go right, it continually forever. So you're constantly adjusting and maneuvering to put the quad where you want, keep it level, and then you can flip and roll, which is really cool. Man, my hands are dry. Damn. So they all have different purposes, and depending on what your purpose is. Like I said, this is meant to be cinematic, fly slow, get that shot, especially in something in its size. And in comparison, you can see how small these are. So that is a quick vid of Whoop. All kinds of props, prop puller, different props. Here's a BT 2.0. Let me know what you like flying, what your style quad is, what you've customized. Send me a link, make a video, show me what you're working with. And let me know. I'd look forward to it. And then in the comments, share what your favorite Whoop is or what you'd like to get. And maybe we'll start doing some Whoop vids, considering the cold weather is upon us. So, that's my 8 minutes. That's a nice little gash right there.